Good risings, dear family. Wagwan, hola, konnichiwa, shalom to every melanated man, woman, and child on this planet. I am just a man with a conviction, treading wisely. What is my conviction? Why wisely? My firmly held belief and or firmly held opinion is that God will have his world, God will have his people, moving God's speed forever, soul speed. And wisely because I have the knowledge, experience, or good judgment to deliver this conviction into your faces by any moral means necessary for its proper manifestation using what can be known as Christ logic or hyperlogic or balanced logic. Check these words out. I'm going to call this video the principles of ending distractions. That's what this video is going to be called. The principles of ending distractions. What are some distractions? First of all, what is a distraction? A distraction is a thing that prevents another thing from giving its full attention to something. A thing that prevents another thing from giving its full attention to something. Or it is something that causes extreme nervousness or extreme nervous excitement. Yeah, that's what a distraction causes. Nervous excitement or agitation. That's what a distraction causes. So let's talk about some distractions real quick. What are some distracting things in this world? I'm gonna speak on one thing from 7 different categories on what distracting things in this world are. Same message. Ain't gonna change because I know the importance of the drill in. You know what? Instead of 7, I'm gonna do 9. I'm gonna do all 9 of them in this video and just talk about some things that are distracting, how to end them. First of all, racism, race hatred. That's what I like to call it, not racism. Hold up, put this over here. But at any rate, what are some distracting things about race hatred? First of all, let's stop calling it racism, period. Want to know why? Because we shouldn't give any type of compliment to evil. Why do I say that? Well, when you call the so-called white people, I don't like to call them white people. They're genetically modified people. I don't like to call them white folks. I don't like to call them Caucasians. I don't like any landmass title as it is, so I dang sure don't like to call them a mountain name. They are genetically modified people, just like us. Boy, we got so many songs that tell us to kill one another. Kill this nigga, kill that nigga. But at any rate, they're just like us. They're just genetically modified. In other words, they are black people that lost their black. That's what white people are, because their black is sealed into them. Genetic modifications. Why? What's the point of sealing their genetics in, though? What would be the reason for it? Because without your melanin, if you are deprived of your melanin, you won't be able to control yourself naturally. It'll be harder for you to do so. Let's just say this. Without the indoctrination, white people would be barbarians. They would. They were the original cavemen. They were. But according to our true history, what the king did, the king of balance, the spirit of balance, Yeshua, Yahweh Shai, Horus, Osiris, Yeshua, Emmanuel, Christ, Jesus. Many different names, one method of operation, balance. Every part of Jesus' story was just simply trying to lead us to a balanced mentality or a balanced standing. Every portion of his life he was just trying to do that. Keep us balanced. Every portion. You know what? The entire world just needs to take a serious chill pill at the same time. They really do. But at any rate, let's talk about ending some distractions of race hatred. Take everything the enemy meant for evil and turn it for good. First of all, we should no longer call evil what it wants us to call it, nor should we accept any titles that evil gives us. Here's why I say that. The word racism, when you look at the definition of it and you analyze it and you study it, it is a very structured meaning of something. It is a structured meaning behind the word. Evil has no structure. Evil only attacks what is good. That's all it does. When you call evil racism, you're complimenting it because you're saying it has a structure, it has a purpose, it has a reasoning for doing what it is doing. It doesn't. Stop complimenting evil by calling it its categories and what it wants you to call it. But at any rate, stop complimenting evil, period. Moving on. How to end the distractions of racist hatred. Race hatred. How to end the distraction of that. Stop talking about it. Morgan Freeman voice. Why do I say stop talking about it? Well, when you teach it to your children, what are you doing to teach them? You're talking to them about it. Stop talking about it. Here's the reality. When you teach it to the children, they grow up with it, then they teach it to their children. So on and so forth. Cycle continues. Doesn't it? Stop talking about it. Stop teaching our children. Stop teaching your people race hatred because you're not teaching them racism. Your evil doesn't even deserve that title anymore. You don't deserve structure in your attacks. You don't deserve Stop teaching racism. Stop teaching the concepts of it. All it is an attack on humanity. Man, it doesn't deserve a definition even. It doesn't even deserve its definition. It's just evil. Call it for what it is. Endless distractions. Little to no privacy. You know how it goes. Well, at least when you're in my shoes, you don't want to be in my shoes. As a matter of fact, I desire to make sure no other child ever has to be in my shoes ever again, or I don't do competition. I'm not a competitive guy. I just see, here's my thing. I found some stuff out. I learned some things. I studied. And I figured out that if my people, meaning us, black folk, if we found out about these things I learned, we will be determined to stop some things from happening. Certain things. Like us being killed. Just get my message. See between the lines, read between the lines. But at any rate, let's move on to the second thing I wanted to talk about, how to end the distractions of. Second thing. First one was race hatred. Second one is feminism. What does a belief define as? An acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists. A belief is an acceptance that a statement is true, like you don't need no man. Right, sisters? Yup, right? Every time y'all get to talking, y'all do this with your hands. Why do you keep sucking so much air from our reality when you talk to us? Stop taking oxygen from me. What are you doing? Every time when you talk, you do this with your hands. What is that? What is that sign language there? Are you sucking oxygen from me? Are you non-physically absorbing spiritual energies from me? Or what is this right here? Even in moments of bitterness, a thought about our sisters brings relief, unfortunately, but fortunately at the same time. The connection we have to them is a great thing, but due to the world that we are in, where everything great is reversed for us, it can be really detrimental. A love that cannot stop loving. To have a love that cannot stop loving, even when you cannot give it the chance to do what it was designed to do, love. But no one cares. Just an example. My life is an example. At least I'm going to use it as one. But at any rate, I don't care about embarrassment. I don't care about revealing too much. I don't care, man. Don't care. I just know what's going to happen once my family hears these words spoken out loud. At least a select amount of them. There are billions of people on this planet who think just like me right now. I'm just going to say some things out loud that may help trigger their awakening a lot faster. But at any rate, a belief is an acceptance that a statement is true. Let's end the feminism distractions. This video is about the principles of ending distractions. What is a distraction? A thing that prevents another thing from giving its full attention or full effort towards something. That's what a distraction is. Something that prevents another thing from giving its full attention and or effort to something. Anything, doesn't matter what it is. It just stops you from doing your best. You want to know why certain things distract the most? Because they're jealous of you. When you focus on your best, you're going to get there. You just are. You're human. You're a person. You're a soul person. You are a soul people. Focusing on what's best is what will get you to what's best, period. No better, you do better. So they spend night and day doing nothing but disturbing us and preventing us from getting there, because if we get there, they feel like we'll be better than them. But they want equality, you see. They want equality, so that means we have to suffer forever, because they can't get any better than what they are. So they feel like, not think, feel like, because they don't think, they just feel. They feel like we should never get better, ever. Oh, and then they overdazzle themselves up with the makeup, and they got so many crazy off the wall things to say, only for the sole purpose of distracting and disturbing us. Their target is us. Do you see them going to be feminists on animals? Do you see any feminists fighting for male lion deprivation or female lion rights? Do you see any of that? Do you see them fighting for female bird rights? If it's just feminism and feminists, right? It's just us. We're their target. Every show that they go to, they are only talking to confuse and disturb. Every interview, no matter when they step into a room, they only desire to confuse and disturb. Endlessly. Endlessly. Be aware of that, so you can know how to stop them even faster from doing more harm to our minds, as they are only there to do. I know all that's really holding me back from getting this message out here. My sisters, stop believing you don't need a man to participate in their false feminist opportunities. Let us love you. Come home. Help us liberate our home. We are unconditional love only when we are together. But I get it though. I get why you don't want to do it. I see so many of our sisters out here ready to go homeless and pass away before they step foot into the arms of a man. I've seen it. I'm looking at it every day. You know how they just leave us out here to die. But hey, yo, global unity fixes all of that. Or at least it's just a step in the right direction. Because like I said in many videos before, even global peace is just a step along the way. Even global peace. Global unity is a step along the way. Global peace is a step along the way. There is so much more work in the good area of our reality to be done. In the good, beautiful, normal, natural, and balanced area of our reality, there is so much work to be done. But in order for us to get there, we got to end all these distractions first. How we going to end all these distractions when the distractions want the distractions to remain? And they are fighting claw and tooth and nail to ensure that every man and only men only have these distractions in their lives. Be aware of that. And then see how you confront it when you face it. Because you're gonna. Let's realize for a second. The enemy shattered our defenses in every area of our life, spiritually, soulfully, and fleshfully, and or mentally, spiritually, and physically. Shattered all of our defenses. I mean, dang. Let's look at it for a second. When they tell us to do something, don't you do it? Yeah, you do. I'm going to just say we as well, because if boss a man tell me to do something, what am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to do nothing different than what he say, right? We're all enslaved, man. I'll tell you what, how about this? If you can go the next 4 years without doing anything that anyone has ever told you to do, that's when you're free. 4 years. Can anybody on this planet at all, anyone on this planet at all, survive 4 years? Actually, 4 years without doing anything that someone told them to do? Can you? Nope. Want to know why? Because everybody alive is enslaved. Even the oppressors are as oppressed as the ones the oppressors are oppressing. Stop believing the feminist narrative. That's how you put an end to that distraction. Period. As far as the other 5, or should I say 7, let's make it quick. Stop being fearful. Stop letting things confuse you. And our children, global child manumission. Focus on something else other than killing each other. That's how you end that distraction of killing each other. Awareness defines as a knowledge or perception of a situation or fact. Knowledge or perception of a situation. Knowledge or perception of a situation or fact. What situation are we in right now? We're enslaved. What are the facts of our slavery? People who don't look like us have us oppressed globally. Period. Take that how you want it. It's the reality that we're in. They got us pinned down everywhere. But here's the thing. They're nothing but puppets themselves. They're not in charge of anything. Oh yeah. Knowing this truth, when this sinks in, you all will turn against your so-called master. You will. You're gonna do it. Then we can finally just, you go live over there, we'll live over here. Go ahead and create and manifest that yin-yang symbol, why don't you? On the whole planet. That's where this is going. That's where my message is going. To manifest that Taoism symbol. Oh yeah, we're going to subjugate that demon. Especially when all of these so-called supremacists realize they're being played. But I'm not here to save any of you. I'm here to defend black people. I'm alive to defend black people. I'm alive to protect black people. My sole purpose is to defend we because I want to defend me. Ain't you tired of being attacked? 6 million in Congo dead, 75 months before that. Yeah, they just massacre us. They just massacring us left and right. Burkina Faso, 12 dead just the other day. Oh, do we even have to mention Palestine? Do we even have to? That's not even Africa. That's Asia. Wherever we are, doesn't matter. They are being sent. They are being sent to destroy us. And man, it's crazy, right? Within the last decade, we still had just one of them go so crazy that he drove halfway across the country and massacred 10 of us in broad daylight. That was in America. Wasn't long ago. Did he ever even face any punishment for that Buffalo massacre? For the Buffalo, New York shooting? I wonder sometimes. Highly doubt it. Just a slap on the wrist, maybe. And we're supposed to just live in this world? No. I refuse to accept this any longer. I'm going to just say it out loud, and maybe y'all eventually think of doing the same thing, not accept the fact that they just want us to deal with it. Change your mind, Romans 12, 1 and 2. If you wish not to be of this world that desires you to just accept brutality and punishment on a regular basis, then change the way you think, be aware of it, knowledge or perception of the situation or fact. Once you know better, you do better, and figure out how to stop it so you can be not of it. Because here's the reality. If you just sit around and keep doing nothing about it, it's going to keep on forcing you to be a part of it. The wise are not allowed in this city. The wise are not allowed in this world. If you wish to be transformed. Transformed? Transformed from what? A person who just sits there and accepts all this brutality. I'm just saying stuff out loud at the end of the day. Doing my best to restrain on certain things, because yeah, nobody cares though, man. I know. It just so happens that I do. I unfortunately care a lot. Did you know that in order to be responsible, you have to care about something? It's literally in the word's definition to care. You have to care in order to be responsible. Want to know why? Because how you do anything is how you do everything. If you do not care about anything, you will not care about you. Therefore, you won't be responsible for you. And if you are not responsible for you, somebody else will be. You ain't gonna want that. Want to know why? Because everything outside of you that's trying to be responsible for you is bad to flip stuff evil. I'm still restraining profanity. Do better, family. Oh, that was number 6. Yeah. Be aware of how the enemy operates so you can stop the enemy from operating. 7, 8, 9. 7. I already said it. Romans 12, 1 and 2. Be not of this world. Because the ethos of this world has told you to just sit there and accept all this darkness and madness no matter what. No more. Stand up and fight back. Reawaken. You know Sun Tzu, that gentleman, he said, in the art of war, right? A war that can be won without violence. You know the quote I'm getting at. I have to relook at the word and validate it again, but moving on real quick. Soul Speed Theocracy. Soul Speed. Number 7 finished. Religions, of course. I'm just going to say it out loud. A distraction is a thing that prevents you from giving your full attention to another thing or to something. Doesn't matter. I'm still going to do whatever I can to just keep pushing the message. Gonna keep pushing the message. But at any rate, number 8, principles of the soul. Come home, protect this house, home liberation. Done. Go ahead and close out this video. But first, the 9th one. Your politics and your Republicans and your Democrats, all of your 7,100 languages, all of your country names and your landmass titles. Pull away from all of them, pull out all of them. They only want to exploit, not extort, exploit you. Exploit you. I said it right many times before, but there was one video where I didn't. Say it right now. Exploit. They only want to exploit us. They only want to prevent us from living a good life. Evil. Here's the best way you can see yourself and see your way out of any facet of colonization. Take a good look at your life. Be aware of the situation. And then think about how you would see it in the opposite of every way that it is right now currently. That's a way to start. Tap into the spiritual infrastructure. Master it. Use it against this enemy. Shut it all down. The spiritual infrastructure can put an end to race hatred. The spiritual infrastructure can put an end to feminism. The spiritual infrastructure can put an end to the so-called nerd geek culture that I made up. The spiritual infrastructure can put an end to the confused community. The spiritual infrastructure can put an end to the gang mentality. This spiritual infrastructure can put an end to all the religious beliefs. I'll skip one. Tribes. This spiritual infrastructure will bring every tribe on the planet to the principles of one tribe, the soul tribe. Take over your world. Wow. I know. But at any rate, yeah, my soul tribe is going to take over your world. Wow. Dead serious, though. It's just when I actually want to do it, when I actually use that line there, that soul tribe take over your world, when I actually say it, it's going to be a lot funnier and a lot more terrifying when I actually do it the way I want to do it, though. Right now, I'm just being mildly silly, trying to hold on to some part of me, because once I actually begin to just let it out, ain't no going back. Once I really begin to exert, what you see here is the end of this. Profound language, profanity, profoundly immoral words, cursing like a sailor. I don't want to let go. What choice do I have, though? You know? It's either we get out of this or we die in it, because that's what they want us to do. If we don't like it, die in it. Be a good slave or die, right? Ain't that the motto? Are we supposed to just accept this? No, I'm not accepting this. And you should not either. Pull out of everything that they have, all of it. I'm just saying some stuff out loud too, by the way. Yeah, stuff out loud. What happens when that word changes up too? Boy, y'all gonna be so scared, but you're gonna be so accepting and welcoming. I'm not gonna let you fear me. I'm not. This is why I'm taking so long to even honestly allow the break free to honestly break free. You're not going to be afraid of me. I'm not going to let you fear me. I'm not going to let you trust me. I'm going to get you to trust your intellect, not me. You're not going to trust my flesh at all. You're going to trust your intellect. That's what I'm going to get you to do. I'm going to get you all to trust your own minds. That's the fast way to unity. Black unity. Why, when you all are united and connected on this one idea and one idea to stand on, the level of defense you're going to have for yourselves is going to be outstanding. Literally. I mean that. We will be able to defend our people forever. Protect our people forever. Nothing will ever happen to our children again, ever. No more spiritual vexation. The village has returned. We have returned. I'm just saying this stuff out loud. I know what's going to happen when y'all hear it, or at least a snippet or two of it. You only need to hear it once. Or many times. Doesn't matter. Once you get it and you got it, it's over. Period. Yeah, it's going to take some time. Global peace step along the way. Global unity step along the way. Blah, 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 blah. Because there's still 62 years of cleaning the planet. We still got to make the dang on device that's going to help us clean out the oceans and clean out the lands and then clean out the air so there won't be any diseases flying around anymore, killing us all, stopping us from immortality. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Like, y'all don't see the changes in the world. You're going to get it. Time to close out this video. My people, it's not about a competition with me. It's about awareness and knowledge of what needs to be stopped. My people, I do not desire to be your king or your leader. I desire to defend and protect you. Every melanated man, woman, and child on this planet. All of you. And if this idea surfaces, it may not even be me physically that's going to do it. It's going to be the idea inside the heads of the people who are actually going to defend and protect you. So in other words, my idea, it's just not, you're not going to stop this at all. You're not going to stop this at all. You're not. Give up. You're not going to stop this at all. I'm going to turn every single person serving you against you. You're not going to beat this. But at any rate, I don't desire to be your king or your leader. I just desire to defend and protect you, Black people. To the sons and daughters of melanation globally. And finally, therefore, be lifted in the spirit and walk good forever. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.